Elimination Chamber is just around the corner, so of course it's around that time for my Elimination Chamber 2026 predictions. And as usual in most of the other prediction videos, of course, as usual in these videos, going to go over every match on the card, and we'll we'll go over every match on the card and give you guys my full-on predictions. Now, of course, just like the Rumble, there are, of course, a total of 4 matches, the 2 Elimination Chamber matches and 2 Championship matches as well. Of course, live from Chicago, so definitely going to be a big night, and we're going to go ahead and just get right into the predictions. Before we get into the video and get into those predictions, if you guys haven't yet here on the channel or new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here in the BrewCrew channel. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first match prediction. Now, of course, as usual in these videos, don't know if these matches are in order of me predicting them. Also, possibly something could change. With a new match added or anything like that. So we'll just have to see, but it doesn't really look like it. Probably looks like it will be these 4 matches. Now, we'll start off with one of the Elimination Chamber matches. That, of course, is the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which, of course, the winner of this Elimination Chamber will go on to face the WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill at WrestleMania. Of course, the participants feature Asuka, Raquel Rodriguez, Kiana James, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton. Now, of course, before going into this, a lot of people thought Charlotte Flair was going to go to this match, and Charlotte Flair was going to be the one to go on to face Jade Cargill. But, of course, we were all shocked on a recent episode of SmackDown with Kiana James winning the Triple Threat match and going on to be in this Elimination Chamber match. Probably the dark horse in this Elimination Chamber, and probably not the favorite, but I'm looking forward to, because she did have a pretty good performance in the Royal Rumble, and has definitely put himself up other pretty good performances to where maybe some sort of singles run could happen down the line for her, which I would definitely be looking forward to. This is a big opportunity for her in this Women's Elimination Chamber match to sort of prove herself. But really, honestly, the only 3 women, probably 3 women that I think could win this match is Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton, and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, mostly, of course, for Tiffany Stratton, I knew it would be another match between her and Jade Cargill, and of course would be at WrestleMania, but I think it would kind of be, not full circle, but it would be right for her to win the Chamber, go on to challenge Jade, and try to get her championship back in sort of a rematch. Do I think she would get that championship back? No, but I think it would be the right, sort of one of the right things to do, because of course Tiffany was the former champion, she lost to Jade, and she is yet to have a rematch, so what is one of the ways for her to get a rematch? Winning this Chamber. Rhea Ripley, mostly, she is one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. I mostly just said Rhea Ripley because, of course, she's a big name in this, and it would be sort of a dream match between her and Jade Cargill. And really, of course, sort of another dark horse, but kind of a shocking choice as a winner is Raquel Rodriguez, because honestly, ever since, of course, her feud with Stephanie Vaquer and her work with Vaquer over the few weeks going up to the Royal Rumble, and of course how she did in the Royal Rumble, I want to see Raquel Rodriguez at some point win a Women's World Championship. I definitely believe that. Even before she came back in her first run on the main roster, I definitely thought and feel like she should have been a world champion before, and now the stuff that she's been doing, the stuff she's doing now, just continues to prove my point that she needs a sort of world championship push at some point. Do I think they'll probably go with her? No. I think the top choice, honestly, is probably going to be Tiffany Stratton, but it's probably going to lead into maybe Tiffany Stratton losing at WrestleMania, because honestly, if they do run back Jade and Tiffany, because of course it's technically sort of one apiece between the two, they have a 3rd match against each other, and it's at WrestleMania. I kind of see them probably doing, sorry if I'm itching my nose a lot, it's just, I don't know, nose just itching a lot, but have that rematch between Jade, and maybe hit her fall short again, but definitely would like to see them have the rematch. So those are my 3. Probably the top one would probably be Tiffany Stratton for this match. Now for the next match is the first of 2 championship matches. Is of course staying on the women's side of things. I know it took a pretty long time with that, with the Elimination Chamber match. But it's the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee. AJ Lee in her first singles action for the first time since her return. Of course, she came back last year, went to WrestlePalooza to team with her husband CM Punk, who will also be fighting on the card. First time ever for the two fighting for championships or in championship matches on the same card, on the same show, for the first time in their careers, which was kind of shocking when I saw that fact. Of course, sort of home field advantage because AJ Lee, since she's with CM Punk, she of course lives in Chicago. Sort of home field advantage for her, and of course for CM Punk. We'll get to that match later on. Really, for this one, this is sort of hard, actually, because this is a match they probably could have done for WrestleMania, but you kind of, when you think about, her and CM Punk living in Chicago, and hometown is Chicago for both at this point, it's kind of the right opportunity. But it's just, do they run it again at WrestleMania no matter what happens? So that's why I'm kind of up and down with this match. I want to see AJ Lee win because I would love to see her as a singles champion in her first singles match back and see how the rest of her singles return singles run goes, But then with Becky Lynch, it's like, I feel like if you have her win, then that might set up a match at WrestleMania. But I think either way, you still have to possibly set up a match. Because this match, even though, yes, it's on this show because it's in Chicago, this is a WrestleMania caliber match. No matter what, if it's a non-title or a mid-card title, or even a women's world title, this is a WrestleMania match. So no matter what happens, maybe, let's say AJ wins, Becky wants a rematch happens at Mania. Of course, we'll see how that match goes. So honestly, if you guys probably think, probably figure out what I'm saying, I'm kind of leaning toward AJ Lee winning. I kind of thinking back of what I've been saying. I really hope I have not called her AJ Styles, but I probably haven't. AJ Lee, I think I have her potentially winning it, but I hope, and I do probably see WWE running this match back again, possibly at WrestleMania. I would definitely love to see that no matter what happens. Like, let's say AJ gets cost of the match because of an interference or a disqualification, low blow or something like that, and she wants another chance at the championship at WrestleMania. So, final prediction, AJ Lee winning and becoming the new champion. Now for the second championship match is the World Heavyweight Championship, as CM Punk, the hometown man in Chicago, CM Punk defends the championship against Finn Balor in a rematch from their match on Monday Night Raw a couple weeks before the Royal Rumble when we were in Ireland. Of course, it was a close match. Almost potentially saw Finn Balor win. Of course, Finn Balor was unable to win. He thought maybe entering the Rumble would help. Sadly, the Rumble was full. He causes a match with Styles and Punk. Of course, after the Rumble, we set up this match. Excuse me. We set up this match, and here we are. And honestly, of course, I have it at this point talking about it as like the second to last match. I honestly won't be shocked, and I feel like they would do it. They would put this match in the main event because it's CM Punk. They're in Chicago. They've done it before with a sort of event like this, especially with Elimination Chamber. I mean, from me remembering, if you guys remember 2024, I believe it was, Elimination Chamber in Perth, Rhea Ripley was the champion. She faced Nia Jax, and that match was in the main event because, of course, her being the hometown girl from Australia, she is in the main event. So I honestly won't be shocked if they do that, if they have this in the main event and not the men's Elimination Chamber. But everybody's been saying that the Elimination Chamber match might be the main event, but we'll see. I honestly would think they would go the men's match with Punk and Balor as the main event. I would rather that over the chamber match, which we'll get to in a minute. But in this match alone, I'm not really up and down about it because, of course, I am sort of still a Finn Balor fan. I do love Finn Balor. I think he is really great. And I, of course, am that optimistic Finn Balor fan that really hopes he does get a world championship because he's been in multiple other world title matches, like even his world title matches with Seth when he was world heavyweight champion back in 2023. He can be in a great story or match for the world title. It's just, of course, there's yet been a trigger pulled for him to be a world champion. But the reason why I'm not leaning towards that, because it would be interesting, would be an interesting road to WrestleMania. We already have a WrestleMania match set for Roman Reigns and CM Punk. And also, the seeds are starting to be planted, especially what happened this last Monday, earlier this week, and the Monday night before, with some tension in the Judgment Day, especially with Dominic Mysterio. And of course, me, like every other fan, believe somehow, someway, Dominic might get involved in this match, even though Finn is not wanting Dom or JD or any of the member of the Judgment Day to get involved to help him win. But they're not going to listen to him, especially Dom. Dom's not going to listen to him. He's going to get involved. He's either going to intentionally attack Finn, or he's going to do something accidentally, and then it'll be on like the next Raw or so. Dom turns on Finn, and it'll lead up to Finn versus Dom, because that's what a lot of fans are thinking that they might go to. They might go to Finn versus Dom for the Intercontinental title, but it would be interesting because, of course, we know that Dom defends the Intercontinental title again against Penta again, so that could be something interesting as well if something happens in this match between Finn Balor and CM Punk. All of that to really say, I do have CM Punk winning this, not just because it is in Chicago, and not just because he already has a match set with Roman. It's just also, it is those, but it's also because there is the story and the seeds being planted of Finn Balor either being kicked out of the Judgment Day, or, I don't want to say betraying on the Judgment Day and leaving, but something with the Judgment Day that will lead to a match between him and Dom at WrestleMania. So there is that, but I do expect this to be a really good match. Especially like their Raw match, which was really good, so I'm expecting them to have a pretty good match, which I am definitely looking forward to. But again, my final prediction for this match, I got CM Punk winning this and retaining his championship. And now the final match, the potential main event, if the main event is not Punk and Finn Balor, is the Men's Elimination Chamber, which has a pretty interesting roster lineup, I should say, which of course features Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Jey Uso. Now, sadly, of course, we did find out that this was not supposed to be Jey Uso, it was supposed to be Bronson Reed, but of course, the Vision, being probably one of the most cursed factions I have ever seen in WWE, sadly tears his bicep in the triple threat qualifying match with Jey Uso and El Grande Americano in it, to where they really literally had to pivot in the match and have Jey Uso win the match. And of course there's the pictures online and the stuff online of Jey Uso literally being like, crap, I'm gonna have to go in for work on the weekend when he technically wasn't, but it is what it is, and I already know there's there's those Jey Uso haters who are like, why did Jey Uso win? He shouldn't have won. Should have been, should have been El Grande, but they went with Jey because he's technically the bigger name to be in this match with all these others. Like, nothing against El Grande Americano, but it's like, it was not going to help him with his story of the El Grande Americano story that the original and this fake one is in. If you don't know, then it's really a lot to explain, sorry. It's really just a lot to explain. So they went with Jey, who is technically the best option in that triple threat match to pivot towards. So it's not Jey's fault. It's not Jey's fault, and I don't want to say it's Bronson's fault. It was just an inconvenient time of Bronson getting injured. Now with that let's go ahead and just get into the predictions, which I'm excited for this Elimination Chamber, because you got Javon Evans and Trick Williams, two men who have earlier this year, towards the end of 2025 as well, or really earlier this year, they both came up to the main roster from NXT and have both been amazing. They've been pushed so great, and being involved in this match is so big for their careers. I was honestly shocked Javon Evans won the triple threat match with Dom and Gunther, because I thought Gunther was going to win, but it honestly was the right decision to have Javon win, because Gunther is being involved in something else, and mostly if Gunther was in this chamber match, it definitely would have not been great for him and his character and whatever. That's what other fans are saying, but I'm just kind of saying what they've been saying about that. But I really am looking forward to this match, even with Jay in this match, and I know fans are not going to be happy that, of course, Jay is probably going to run it back in the chamber. It's just his thing, and if you don't like it, then you don't like it. I don't know what else to tell you, you know. I don't think he's really going to care what you think, and if other fans are going to enjoy what I see from fans in the crowd, these live fans, these live crowds, they enjoy it, they're going to do it, he's going to run it back. Now, who do I have winning this match? Now, really, you probably say the obvious one is Cody Rhodes. The obvious one is Cody Rhodes, and honestly, I think I'm going to go ahead and say that. I mean, it really does, really, Cody Rhodes or Randy Orton are really the two that I could think could win. But honestly, it's probably going to be Cody Rhodes. Not because it's Cody Rhodes, but also because it's good for him to finally get back after that world title, because remember, since he lost the title to Drew McIntyre, he was unable to challenge or have a rematch of any sort since he lost the title. So he needed the Royal Rumble, which he lost in that, and now he needs this Elimination Chamber. But I feel like in some way, especially now with Drew McIntyre literally attacking Randy Orton and costing Randy Orton a match against Aleister Black this past Friday night on SmackDown, which of course we'll see what this final SmackDown before Elimination Chamber looks. It's looking like there's going to be some sort of multi-man match at WrestleMania, no matter who wins this match, which is why I'm thinking it is going to be Cody Rhodes winning the match. But am I still looking forward to see how the match goes, even though this is a match that kind of has a clear winner? Yes. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to this match and everything else that will be happening in this match. But Cody Rhodes is probably everybody's prediction to win this match, my prediction to win this match, and hopefully does lead into something, because of course, you got the stuff with Jacob Fatu as well, wanting to go after the championship. So it's either going to lead to some sort of triple threat match, or since Randy was attacked by Drew, there's a possibility that we could see a fatal four-way. So I think at WrestleMania, no matter who wins this chamber match, because the winner of this chamber match goes on to face Drew, I don't know if I said that earlier, there could be some sort of multi-man match, because just with the stuff with Jacob Fatu and now with Randy Orton somehow being involved, we could probably be seeing something evolve into a fatal four-way or a triple threat match at WrestleMania. So that's definitely what I'm looking forward to. But even though with all that, I'm still looking forward to this match, and even though, yes, he is sort of the clear favorite winner to win this match, for Cody Rhodes, going with Cody Rhodes, I'm still excited for this match, and looking forward to see how the match goes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, of course, that ends off our predictions, for this video. Let me know y'all's predictions in the comments down below, and other thoughts as well in the comments below. If you made it all the way to this point in the video, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, if you guys enjoyed the video, you guys know, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell for future upcoming videos here on the BrewCrew channel. Of course, I will be having a review video, as usual. I usually always do a review video after the shows. I will be doing my review video after Elimination Chamber. Don't know if it will be that Saturday I'll get it out, or it will be Sunday, but whenever I'll get it out, make sure you guys have the notification bell on so you guys can be notified when I get that video out. Now again, thank you guys so much for watching, and do all the stuff that I said before. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I know I said it again, but just wanted to say it again. But I hope you guys have an amazing, wonderful, blessed day, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.